So, Tifa here, Fit Bully TV. Look at these boys. Somebody just, hey. They just reached out and said, hey, how much for a stud fee? I said, there's no stud fee. It's not happening. Now, let's have a moment of clarity and honesty. Ego, little EC Wesley. Tron needs more dog in him. Bam Bam has got his dad's feet, which isn't a good thing. He's leveling out the way I needed him to. Everything's going the way it should. But if I can be candid, my dogs ain't shit. That's the truth. So when someone says, hey, can I use a stud? I mean, to the naked eye, there's some good looking boys. Y'all seen them do a little work, have a good time, but they are not to be studded out. And guess what? When we get it right, both boys and girls are looking tight, you still never get to use them. That's the truth. It's not personal, but our goal from a business standpoint is not to reproduce a bunch of dogs. It is to produce dogs for us, have a good time with our dogs, and make sure that we're actually bettering things and all the things that we're doing. Doesn't mean that other people aren't out there doing it. Just means we're not gonna work with you or anybody else, to be clear, to get to better our program. It's just not our mission. I've bought enough dogs to literally get to the formula that I've had written in my head for some time. And we're just now getting to a place where we have enough moving parts to move in the right direction. But when you have a vision, an idea, and you have, again, look at the dogs. Would have perceived the dogs, a lot of people would take this opportunity, and I've seen it. 8 weeks lock in right now. You go, lock in for what? You don't even know what the dog gonna look like. Early lock-ins. See a dog like Ego, somebody get excited, Ego. Let's say, I wanna use Ego. Let me be very clear and say, Tron, cut it out. It's never gonna happen. Ego never gets bred. Watch out, man. You can get off the, it's not a focus on him. Ego never be bred outside of our program. It's just never gonna happen. He technically almost only was ever supposed to have one breeding. And he's now gonna have two if everything goes right. And the goal is to better him. So you don't need to breed him 15 times to better him. You just need to move forward. We bred him twice. It'll be his second breeding. That'll be it, that'll be all. When you really identify problems and you educate yourself on how to improve things, you don't need everybody to have access to just your dogs. I'll keep it simple. I was gonna say goals, I was gonna say dreams, I was gonna say vision, I was gonna say blood, as they say, or DNA. They don't even got no tight DNA. That's the truth. Bam Bam's actually got the tightest genetics, and he got the most problems. So I repeat, the boy's never going to be bred. So shout out to all those people who fancy and are in support of our program and what we do for our dogs and with our dogs. But I repeat, there are no stud fees. There's no breeding with other dogs. There's no working with other breeders. There's none of that. And when we do work with breeders, it's to teach them how to better the breed and, work within their own program. But our dogs, no, just no. So I want to be clear in saying that not only are my dogs a work in progress, they have a lot of work to do, which means we have a lot of work to do, which means we have a lot to learn. And because we want to pace ourselves and do this correctly, it's going to take time to get it right, which means we've got to slow down. We're in no rush to get where we're going, because where we're headed ain't even about the best dogs on earth. It's about bettering our vision and making sure the AMT, and for now, better bullies, come out of our house or our, field, yard, whatever you want to call it. But it is a work in progress, people. So when you are looking for a breeder to work with, make sure that they know the boy beyond a reasonable doubt, that they could tell you what type of problems could occur. If he has any stenosis, any heart problems, any of those issues, make sure again that you, again, can learn from the person you buy a dog from. I get a lot of questions, and I repeat, I don't answer messages anymore. But the one thing I would encourage you to do, I repeat, is make sure you're buying from a person. And dogs are taking me out. Buy from a person you can learn from when it comes to the American Bully. And any dog, to be clear. If you cannot learn from them, do not buy a dog for them. Do not buy dogs on deals. Do not look for a deal when buying a dog. Look for a healthy dog that you can live a healthy life with. Stay tuned, take care of your dogs. No disrespect to people, but we're just no stuffies. I don't care what you see in the future. If you got the coldest dog in your mind on earth, it's just not happening.